24 hours have passed since the new Fall 2025 campaign was released, and people have had at it, hunting all the maps. Some are precision, some are ice. There is some ridiculous reactor shortcuts in this campaign, and we're gonna take a look at all of them and see just how quick the records have gotten in the very first day. Start with map 1 and work our way through. But Hobbit is a player you will see already have a lot of the fastest times. I don't know how Hobbit, just within a few hours, gets such good records on every single map, but he does. So map 1 here, they do speeds on the grass, speeds on the dirt, full inside line, and then a smooth transition up to the road. Not really sure how much lower this will go. Players have 90 days, but his precision is already pretty good, you know? Close to this wall. Smooth speed slide here, early gear change, speed slides into full inside line, speed slide again, a little bit wide here so that he can get it inside line there. Maybe we see like a 47 or something, but they're already just a few hundredths away from max, I think. Map 2. Solely Vagans has an insane gap here. 600th to Quacked, who's typically the O2 winner. And then it's a lot to the rest. Let's watch these two. They do a full no slide here, no slide inside line, snap, no slide, and now they're quantum sliding here up the hill, bump, and then set up for a ridiculous full speed quantum slide up the last hill. You might ask, what's the difference? Well, at low speed here, at 160, they're just trying to keep full grip. And then at higher speeds, they're trying to go sharper, because that results in a speed slide while having full grip. This is so ridiculously difficult to do at full speed. This setup into smooth steer without crashing and then stopping steering for the gear up and then speed slide, it's just ridiculous. Ridiculous to go so fast. Map 3 is the Bobsleigh track, and the Bobsleigh players are all to be seen in the top here. There is some really weird steering going on in this run, where apparently you can sort of wiggle mid-turn in Bobsleigh. So you see he's steering up and down instead of just holding the same value. That builds a lot of speed. And then there's a trick here in the end. Out to the left and jump later. Since you're driving up the hill, more on the side, you're jumping later and therefore you get a little bit more driving time on the ground, and jumping to the corner, it's faster. But yeah, look at the steering. I wanted to point this out. They do ice wiggles here in the middle, which are faster. But then, this is new to me. Full steer into slow down a bit, into full steer. I will say, and this is 3 years of physics ago, you used to do something similar, but I have no idea how a new bobsleigh works. This is my world record on training map number 20. I have inputs top middle. It's a bit blurry, I'm sorry about that. Hopefully it loads here. Look at the steering. You used to steer full-ish and then back down and then full-ish, which looks similar, no? Maybe there is some stuff we haven't yet realized on bobsleigh walls. That is still happening. The steering there though was different, but yeah. All right, map 6. This one I've heard a lot of people are struggling with the AT. So I would also in this wanna offer some advice, but let's first watch the comparison. It's just a full speed map, precise, and then they do this uphill. You have to be surgical with your steering to not hit the walls, and then get past the left corner just in time. Hobbit on the right side, Limpan on the left. The key thing here for author time is that you don't have to go full speed. I would advise going full speed for the left turn in the start, and also this one all the way through. But here, just release a little bit, and your life will be a lot easier. A little bit, not that much. It's a long uphill, and it will be a lot safer. It's the hardest one in the early author time, so... Oh, that was so close in the end by Hobbit. Map 07. Okay, Hobbit world record again. It's only been 24 hours. How did Hobbit have time to get the world record on every map? Basically. There are so many players that will just grind 1 to start, but already Hobbit has gotten like 5-6 world records. And this is why he wins campaigns. He won the last one. I don't know how he does it. Oh, that is a beautiful speed slide. Wow. Faster than everyone now, and then lower line here than I would think, but yeah, straight to the finish. 28.95. Very, very nice. Peak unemployment. I don't think it's an unemployment thing. I think he actually has a life outside Trackmania too. Map 08. Hobbit. Yeah, why not? Just again, making it look easy. I know Jay gonna come to this one a bit, but his record has been beaten. Sorry about my voice. Apologies. A real voice leaked. He's a little behind, but... Oh, straight through that loop instead of on the right. Interesting. Grip on the... Well, is there a zoop here? Crash? Yeah, nice. They did find a reactor zoop here. So when you crash the block here, the game thinks you're gonna land. It gives you a speed up for the landing, and then... Whoop, you use that just to fly to the finish. Map 9. I need your help, everybody. I strongly suspect this is a remake. I don't know of what, but I can tell you that every block up until this one exists in TMNF. And the building style, like this kind of downhill here, is incredibly TMNF coded. So if anyone knows, it would be cool. It is not D14. But we have some legends hunting this, like Magorian and Tween, TMNF players mainly. So I might have to ask Tween as well if he knows. But yeah, it's a really cool mini-tech map. Carry a long speed down the hill here. And they do these small left treads as well, to reduce airtime on the drop. Same turn almost 4 times, and then this corner is a little different. Precise there too. I wonder if you could drift into the last one and get an early finish. Did Magorian try that? It seemed like the other set up a bit wider, yeah. Yeah, I think that might be better. I'm expecting Insanity world record here, but he hasn't hunted it yet. Copra with a massive gap. Hobbit only 4th place. Looking a little washed. Not sure why he didn't get every world record yet in the campaign. Oh, what is this line? Nice. That low jump, oh, with the early grip, okay. Okay. Quite fast. Small wiggle out of the loop too for a speed slide, nice. Yeah, this part right here is crazy. Gripping already there. It looks maybe insignificant, but that gains probably a 10th. Cool thing here. This one is a remake of a track from 2006. I'm not sure which person at the mapping team decided to go back into Trackmania history, but it is Sticky Tarmac by Ganja Rider. Built 1st of May 2006 in the oldest Trackmania stadium game, Nations ESWC. So this is the original Darkbringer world record. You drive up through the loop, and it's a very steep one on the original. And then you have the double loop here. You might remember it from the map. And then long speed slide on the platform here. See if you recognize these details on the remake. This is also what leads me to believe that 09 is a remake, because of this map. Low wall ride here. There is a shortcut on the new map that does not exist on the original. And then finish is up here, past the loop. Let's go back to the new game and see what we see. I think it's really cool when they bring back pieces of Trackmania history, because like, this map is older than a lot of people watching, both in stream and the video, right? A lot of you guys are younger than this map design. So you have the steep wall in the start, the double loop. Same thing. And then the platform speed slide over here. Smaller this time, they don't have as much space to do it. Small drop down with a speed slide on the landing. Tiny speed slide as they exit. And now the long wall ride. Here, shortcut by going down in this gap right here between the rocks. With a brake tap as he exits to get another speed slide. And then into the last loop and finish. Map 17. Syncs with the world record. Norway on top. We like to see it. And based on the records here, I am unfortunately quite sure they haven't done the shortcut yet. I'm unfortunately quite sure. They do go late onto the grass here, interesting. In the next corner here, everybody, there is a massive potential for a shortcut. I'll show you guys the clip. So they do not do it here yet, Maniac and Sinks, but you need a lot of pace on the map, I think, for it to be faster. Lots of clean driving already. Last turn, up to the finish. Try to get a bump on the hill if you can. Skip penalty. Clean run, right? But, like, 2 hours after this map came out, Jacob LGM posted this in my chat. So on one of the last checkpoints, you can crash the checkpoint, get a reactor flight, across all the penalty into a bug slide down the hill, straighten out, and then continue driving. And just visually, I think this saves 1.5 seconds. Fall 20, very close here between Feed and Artis. It's the soapbox map, so I guess you expect closer records. Also, wait, they go inside line? Did I see this right? A brake tap here? Oh, so they slow down before the no brake block to get an inside line. Clever. You brake just before the block, I like that. It's like the last moment you have. And then you just gotta be smooth. All this makes sense so far. Do they jump over the booster? No jump over the anti-boost, but they go up here instead of jumping across. Because it gives more speed. Ooh, that is nice. I did not see that in Discovery. That's beautiful. If you look very close to the skid marks, he is speed sliding here with full grip on the left set of tires. So he gets both. He gets the grass acceleration and the inside line with grip. Great record from Feed. Alright guys, now for the one map I have hunted so far in the campaign. We have third here. I was hunting this yesterday and Heave just continuously improved the record. It's now at a 0.2. Which I can tell you is very quick. There are two tricks here. The first one is that in the start you hold brake in the reactor to get a zoop here with a lot of speed. Then on this next turn, you brake a lot so you can get an inside turn, take the reactor backwards for reactor up, go up the hill, instant air brake, and you get another zoop. If you compare this to the record of Scrappy, you will see just how much it gains. Let me find that one. Scrappy is equal to us after the start. He did not use the trick yet. Even ahead of Heave, he goes reactor down, up the hill, and we both pass with a lot more speed. Over the course of the platform, you gain almost a second with this strategy. And then he had a very clean ending here. You can see he's catching up to me. There's also another zoop you can get across this ring, which I've had in a couple of my attempts, but yet to get everything perfect. I do think we'll see a 45 here, but it's a very difficult run to get. It's a very difficult run to get, so time will tell. Nice world record from Heave here though. And the last map is a mix of everything. Again, Heave with the record. Seems like Hobbit hunting the early maps, Heave starting from the late maps. Maybe they will meet in the middle to see who wins the campaign. Close battle so far. Also have mostly forgotten this map. When you're discovering just sight reading, you don't really memorize the turns. Takes a bit. This one has the underwater driving though, so I do kind of suspect that Susui will grind this for that one part. Does he keep fourth gear here? No, he drops it. And then underwater at full speed. A full left setup for no airtime. Nice. Kept fourth for so long there. Ice slide setup. Bit wide and then super high exit, which you want. Yeah, clean run. Still a little bit more to this one too, I think. Not a lot of people have gotten the map 25 yet, but that, everybody, is the day one world records. And there are going to be some more shortcuts found, I'm sure. Some more reactor boosters that will be taken advantage of. But that is fall 2025 as it stands after 24 hours. Alright, so something pretty crazy just happened. Yesterday, I recorded that entire video, and just after finishing it, Techie became the first player to do a new shortcut on map 24. And it is too good not to include in this video. So even though it's technically day 2, I'm adding it in there, and you guys are not ready for what you're about to see. This is a piece of Trackmania magic by Techie. So let me show you. So the record right now is a 44.727 by Techie, 1.5 seconds faster than second place. And already in the start here, you're gonna see that it takes a different path. This path was found by Posito Paco. You take the first 2 rings, get a zoop here and go up the wall, slam the wall and get a side flip. Then you take a different checkpoint order. You're now driving the map in reverse. You can see passing my ghost here. Then with reactors here, you fly up this rock wall, get pushed to this reactor. You've already taken the checkpoint, but you need the reactor to jump to these rings. Now the problem with this route is that you're missing a checkpoint. You're missing one checkpoint quite close to the finishes. Let me show you. So he cannot just go straight to the finish. He is missing this checkpoint down here. And I'm not sure if you saw what's about to happen here, but watch this, everybody. Last turn, gets a reactor here, crashes the road border to rotate the car so much that it goes upside down, bounce on the road while taking the checkpoint, and then work your way into the finish with a crazy rotation. There is a slightly better way to do this. He had insanely quick reaction here to go backwards and forwards so quickly. And there is still more possible, but what? We have a triple reactor flight reroute on a campaign map on day 2, including some crazy tricks to save a couple of seconds. I said in the discovery this is going to be the campaign of reactor boosters, and I strongly believe it. This is just the first of many, guys, so go on out there, see if you can beat some of these day 1 world records, and we'll check in again on day 90 to see where they end up. I think we're in for a crazy campaign though. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, take care, everybody. Subscribe. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.